We're back at Port Aransas, and my gardening never ends. It's mid-March, and I need to have my starts ready for the spring when I get back. I've got a video up where I show this tray here started with the wicking system here. You see the rope there? I got a whole video on that. But right before we left to come here, these other 5 trays here, I started the same. They've never been domed, and the moisture inside each one of these is wicked up to each pot, and it keeps it perfectly moist, which is ideal for germination. And I had very good germination rates with not ever having to worry about it at all. Just added some nutrient water in the very bottom, very weak, and never had to worry about it again until after they popped up. Now, I did recently add some to keep it going, but yeah, they've come up really good. And out here on the coast of Texas, we're getting Gulf breeze, and they're hardening off in the sun and getting a nice breeze to strengthen up. So when we get back, things should be ideal. Okay, I'm in my 5th wheel at the sink, and I've got all my cucurbits in organza bags, and I put the name both inside the organza bag and wrap tape around the outside of the organza bag to make a little package like this with the name written on each type of seed. And that should be fine to go through the bleach process and still let me identify what seed is what. I've got cucumber, winter squash, summer squash, and I think that's about it. Those are the basis of my cucumbers. Oh, melons and watermelons. Forgot about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I'm going to fill 1 part this bleach here to 4 parts of water. So total of 5 parts. So 1 part bleach, 4 parts water, and I'm going to add a couple drops of dishwashing liquid in it to help it work its way through the seeds and make good contact all around. So what I'm going to do now is fill it up, and then I'm going to pour this into a plastic cup here, rinse it just a little bit, and then I'm going to stuff all these inside of here. That's a lot of different seed right there. And I'm going to pour this on top of it and set a 2-minute timer on my phone here, and then hit start, and then shake the contents here for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to rinse it. Got the bleach. I'll add the water. Alright, I've taken the mix out of the jar and I put it in this cup here. Got the lid ready. Got the timer set to 2 minutes. I'm going to pour this in here, put the lid on, and shake it up. back. Now that the timer has expired, I'm going to drain this, drain it with my hands, put the bags hold it in. I'm going to add, we'll call it clean water, water from the tap. And we're going to rinse that a few times. I'll do that a few times, like 5 or 6 times, and then I'm going to fill it back up and let it soak for about 4 hours. And now we'll give it a few hours, and then we'll plant these up. The extra time in the water is just to start the germination process. Soaking is a form of priming that prepares the seed for a better germination. And cucurbits can all benefit from a little bit of soaking. Not necessary, but beneficial. All right, they're rinsed. I put them in the tray here, and I'm going to put them in all of these 4 flats. There's the wicking rope. It does perfectly. Over there, far left is the first one I did. These I did before we left, and they're working perfectly. All I have to do is every once in a while add a bit of water in the bottom of the trays, and even when they get some size on them like those there, they do really good. It's a great way to water the seedlings. I put them in the belly of the 5th wheel until they germinate. And I'll take them out and put them out here with the rest. But for now, I just want to protect them, keep birds from digging in there and getting the seeds or just anything until they get going. We're off to, we're off to see the Shiner Bach or Shiner Brewery for the day. That should be fun. Today's the 28th and we're headed back home. And I want to give you a quick look. As you're in here, I can close the tailgate and cut out some of the high breeziness here in the Gulf breeze, as it were. But those were started before we left. Well, a good couple weeks before we left, and these were right before we left. And look how good they look now. And then these are my cucurbits. They're starting to pop. I planted them 4 days ago. You can see they're starting to grow. So we'll be heading out today. I moved these inside a few days ago, maybe up to a week ago. Excuse me. And when I did that, I threw the liquid fertilizer to them, full strength, and they are really kicking, especially since I lowered the lights as well. Now they need to be transplanted pretty quick, and I can't do that because it's going to be pouring rain the next couple days, but after that I need to get after it. The plants are feeding through the wicking, as you've seen in the video. But anyway, yeah, they're feeding through the wicking, which is really good. And I've had a lot of my older seed come up like these. See these two here? Anyway, camera died. So the seed has come up a long time after I thought it would. These two here and here as well. But that's a good thing. I mean, it's good that it was the seed and not anything else. But there's some over there too that came up. I even ordered replacement seed for that one, thinking I might need it, but turns out I didn't. Anyway, everything's looking wonderful, and I need to get them out into the pots and raised beds. Tomatoes can wait a couple more weeks, but everything else needs to get planted.